Really?
Because there's a hole in the ground. Yeah, exactly. So it goes through.
Hey, good day and welcome to another day. For it was a day after yesterday, and it's today is today, and tomorrow will be tomorrow and another day. I see a bird. I see two birds having fun on the ground looking for food. But today is about education and safety. We are in Red Rock, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a beautiful cloudy day. Temperature is about 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are on the boardwalk. Today is about a safety day. It's not about nature, but we might see an owl, a hawk, a canyon wren, a black-tailed gnatcher, and a common hawk. Early birds, night owls, doesn't matter. It's a cloudy day. It's about education and safety. Let's get started, but let's see if we can see where those birds are. They were over there, but let's see if we can find one bird before we get started. And those are birds. I think we just saw some canyon wrens. We heard a bigger one, but I'm not sure. You'd have to look in the bird books to find out if that was a canyon wren. But anyway, there are some of the birds get really big on the ground. But today we're going to talk about some safety things. And today's education, believe it or not, on fire safety. And some incidences just took place. One was a car incident, lighting something, gas fumes came out, it exploded, and that was with an experienced person working in tight conditions in a car that you have to light a flame to. We all knew who it is. He is getting better. Just to let you know, if he would have breathed in any of those flames at that moment, he would scorch his lungs, and our friend in California would no longer be here. That's how serious fire and flames are. The incident that just happened in Florida, someone tried to restart a little fire in their backyard that they always enjoy sitting around, and what took place was there was still some smoldering fires, but it wasn't like flames coming up, and everybody likes fires with nice flames. So they threw a log on the flames, and what took place was this. To get the fire started faster, they didn't take lighter fluid and put it on. They took real gasoline that you would use in a lawnmower that's extremely explosive, and what took place is when they threw the gas on from the container filled with gasoline, the flame will automatically be lit as soon as it touches the ambers, even though that the new logs are on it already. Now that flame travels up the line of where the gas just came from. You have an open tank of fuel, and depending on if there was wind or no wind, if there was no wind, it can the flame can follow straight up into the tank and explode, and that's what happened. And if you don't die instantly from breathing in the flame to scorch your lungs, then you can have severe complications with burns all over your body from the explosion of the gas tank. So you question, well, you know, and I've seen this my whole life. I've been around it my whole life. I've experienced all these things we're talking about my whole life. And you'll learn more about that, why I have some experiences in it. Many experiences in it. But what you could do, if you don't have lighter fluid, you could pour some gasoline into a small little teeny cup. And the worst scenario would be to duck and throw it onto the logs. It's going to also flame up really high because it's gasoline. Maybe it might be better to take a cup of gasoline, just a little bit, and put it on different spots on the log before you place the log in the fire. And then you don't put the log in until everybody's away from the fire, and you sort of toss the log into the fire because it's going to flame up too from the gasoline, depending on how long it's been soaked on the actual log itself. And then, of course, you have, you know, lighter fluid. That's another aspect, which they put on charcoal, and charcoal burns slow, wood burns slow, but that's it. So the question is this. You can put some fuel onto the logs that you're throwing onto the fire, which is way safer. Now you say, oh, can you just throw anything onto a fire? No. There's an incident in the desert where they took dried out cactuses, and from my understanding there was many people, young people there, maybe 15 people from different age groups, and they put this on the fire as it got colder in the desert, thinking that it would be fine. And there is a lot of cactuses that have and will emit and put out gases from that type of cactus. And if you smell the fumes or smell any of the gases that come off the logs, it will actually just put you to sleep and make you stop breathing. And from my understanding, everybody died on that situation. So one of the things we're looking at is the shark fin behind me, which is going to be hiked very shortly. But I'm going to take some photos real quick, and I'll be right back with some more information on this. So lighting a charcoal grill, lighting a gas grill, it's like turning the gas on a gas grill and no flames going on, and then you light it when all the gas has emitted inside a a backyard cooking grill, and then you light it with the gas fumes. It can too explode the gas fumes in there. The situation was when they poured the gas onto the flames of the ambers, which wasn't flames, onto the ambers, it followed it straight up. So it's like if someone lights up a cigarette or a cigar into a big room that's 50 feet long, that fume permeates through the air. And just imagine if those molecules could be something that could be lit. Well, it's just going to follow the molecules straight across until the source of where it's at. And on this case, the source was the tank of gas that was poured onto the ambers. And the other aspect is the car gentleman in California, when he did what he did, he had no eye protection. He had no safety crew behind him when working with fire in case if something happened. And no special goggles or anything. And if anything happens, yes, accidents happen. Are they preventable? In his circumstance, with the way the piece of equipment that's lit, I think it was preventable for sure. And I think it will be addressed differently in the future of how he goes about lighting his vehicle and car to start the motor, the steam engine, I think it was. So those are things that we're trying to address today. Fire is extremely dangerous, and you have to be super safe around it at all times. And that's why gas pumps at the gas stations, believe it or not, the nozzle that goes in has a rubber thing around it so the fumes can't come out. Now there's little flaps and so forth. And those are safety preventatives for inhaling it for your physical body, but also too, in case someone has a cigarette, and a cigarette, it's going to light the entire gas tank in your car. And it's so explosive that it's just super dangerous. So that's why don't use your cell phones around cars. Don't use cigarettes or cigars around your cars and pump gas at the same time. And if you see someone, stop what you're doing and just mention it to someone and say, hey, I'm pumping gas. Could you please not smoke around my car? Or better yet, just stop pumping gas. Wait until they're done. There's no fumes coming out, no gas coming out. And when they leave, you can start pumping your gas. When it comes to relighting fires, the most important thing is to constantly be aware of what you're relighting the fire with. Should I put it on to the flames of the fire, the embers of the fire, or should I put it on to the contents that I'm putting onto the fire? That's the most important thing. People who are in garages that do welding, they wear full face masks because the welding is so bright they can hurt their retinas in their eyes. Very, very important. So welders are always going to have masks on. Okay, I've seen welding my entire life, and I've never seen anybody not weld without a mask. Now, when it comes to other things in garages, yeah, I see people doing things that should have masks on all the time, and you should always be prepared for that. And the preparation is a special wash to wash your eyes out and so forth. Those are the important things to always have with you. We're going to get more onto that real soon, like ASAP, and probably will be my next video, if not following my next video. So that's about it. We are going to share information as it comes about, but this just happened, and I had to do some content on it today since my channel is about education and safety. It's about adventures, journeys and adventures, hiking, bushcraft, and survival, and entertainment. And we are going to do a hike pretty serious soon, and you'll learn more about that too. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching today, and I hope you got some education on how to be safe about restarting a fire or preventative things that you can use to protect yourself, and also having someone there with the proper equipment if something does start or happen and starts on fire, to put it out safely and quickly so the severity of it does not escalate and climb up very, very fast. Fire is extremely dangerous. Many things in life are dangerous, but there are things that are preventative, and these two incidents are preventable, and it's real sad. So other than that, thanks for watching today. Enjoy. If you got some education out of the channel, give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. It's up to you. Subscribing will only post my next video. It will not start my video. You don't have to comment. If you comment in a video, it's only a comment in that particular video. It's not a comment in all my videos. If you give a thumbs up in one of my videos, it is not a thumbs up for all of my videos. So you understand how that process works. That's important. And if I feel that there's something important to put in there as a link to share with you, I will. If not, I'll just mention a few things about my channel, and other than that. So until again, thank you so much. I appreciate you checking it out. Have a great day and be safe. Look at this. That's what this used to look like way back. Yep. Cars used to come. Pretty neat. And it looks like they're swimming in this pond. And water used to come out of here in Red Spring all the time, and it's not anymore. There's a dragon damselfly, which is like a dragonfly. Flowers. We got small snails. Just like that. So what happens? It rains, it snows, it comes down into the limestone, it runoffs down the mountain, and the runoff does go down into the valley, and plant life and also water comes down, and this is called a perched spring. What you're looking at is a perched spring. This is Sandstone Mountain, and then we have shale, conglomerate, and other shale. And conglomerate is different types of rocks mixed in here. Pretty educational. A spring is born. And different plant life. Velvet ash. Very popular tree out here. Steam orchid. Stream orchid. Yerby. That's a plant. And we have the Nevada blue-eyed grass. There you go. So ash trees are very popular. That is an ash tree. And it has little pods. There it is. So we're going to get going, and I hope you learned something today. It's getting a little windy outside. And be safe. And until again, create your own journeys and adventures, but you know, whether they're in your garage or your backyard, believe it or not, you still have to be super safe, and you have to be really smart about everything. And one of the things I do want to share with you is jacking an automobile up on 4 jack stands in your garage on a concrete floor sounds, hey, it's on jack stands, it's safe, and you haven't got a jack underneath. Well, you know, doing that in California where there's earthquakes, if there's an earthquake, that car is going to fall to the ground. If you're in an area where there could be earthquakes, that car could possibly fall to the ground. You got to realize when there's an earthquake, the ground is actually moving back and forth, okay? And it could be 3 inches, 2 inches, 12 inches, 2 feet. There's different levels of earthquakes and different levels of movement. So that's the most important thing to understand too about that. We'll address that in another time, but hey, enjoy the day. Thanks for watching. We're going to finish the hike. Pictographs. Rock paintings are painted on the rock surface. And there is a rock surface right here. So they would have drawn on this rock surface right here. So I'm going to call it a wrap on this video and this filming content. And always something to learn out there. And if someone doesn't share it with you, you're not going to learn. And the more experiences you have in everything that you do, whether you do it fully 100% or even 3% of an experience, you've experienced something new. 1% of an experience, you've experienced something new. So you don't have to climb to the top of the mountain. You can go halfway. You can go a quarter of the way or 1/15 of the way. You can do anything you choose to be smarter and to be safer. So make your choices, be smart, be smarter, and take the time to explore an adventure and take a journey. Just make sure that you do it smartly, you know, and be safe about it. And these are the home dwellings that they used to live here. The natives to this area. The natives to this area used to build these huts, but also too, I'm sure there was huts also built in amongst the rocks and so forth, some natural huts and so forth. So, but they built these things near water, near food sources. And some of the stone tools they use are here. Sharpening arrows, pottery sherds. They made pottery from clay. This is a mano and a menta, which is the rock in the ground, or it could be a rock that they design. And this is a stone that they use to grind things in it. Let me show you. So the question everybody asks, should you have I'm just watching a plane go by. It's one of those stunt planes. They come out over the Red Rock area because they don't fly their stunts and do their loops over houses. They do them over the mountains. So if anything happens, it's just them and that's it. That has a problem typically. But should you have a fire extinguisher in your kitchen area, in your basement, in your second floor, in your garage? Absolutely. And do fire extinguishers work? Absolutely. And do smoke alarms work? And alarms that smell odors and odorless? Absolutely. So is it better to be safe? Absolutely. And protection is important, and having those devices and making sure they're not outdated, make sure that they work, make sure there's no recalls, and most importantly, even testing one just to get educated on it is important. You know, try an inexpensive fire extinguisher, put a little fire and learn how to put it out, and from that point there is a way to put it out. So there's other videos on that. I have no content on that, so you can learn from that. So that's it. Be smart. Be smarter. And every time you go somewhere, you always learn something new, even if it's a 0.5%. See you later. Hey, have a great day, by the way.